EA Sports. And we'll have a rematch of Super Bowl.
Here's Jake Moody to get this one kicked off. And off we go from KC. This is going to be taken in at the 3. We'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. The Chiefs come out with the face of the NFL, Patrick Mahomes. 2-time regular season MVP, 3-time Super Bowl MVP, just in his 8th year, best in the business at the helm for KC, Greg.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. For like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as a result of him being your quarterback. When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up, I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
They'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. And he's not going to get away. They'll knock him back to his own territory. They get him on the other side of midfield. Now a 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down. Travis Kelce, the intended target. And now it's 4th down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards. Here's 1st and 10. A tight end in motion now. For an opener, Purdy to throw. He'll locate his tight end, George Kittle. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. So Kittle comes in motion. The NFL's leading rusher a season ago, Christian McCaffrey. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Drew Tranquil up to make the tackle. So Kittle comes in motion. Throwing on 2nd down is Purdy. George Kittle was the intended target that time. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. From the gun, it's Purdy. That's caught. Christian McCaffrey. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. It'll bring up 4th down. Moody's kick is good. And the 49ers are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
The home team's offense ready now for their 2nd drive. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Whoa. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Second and a yard. Throwing now, Mahomes. Open man right side is Kelce. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Mahomes connects with Kelce for a big one. 33 yards.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
Here's a toss to Pacheco. This is going to be a big loss. He kept retreating, trying to find some place to escape, and there was none. A big loss on the play.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
He'll drop this underneath to Pacheco. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. So it's going to bring up fourth down. Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs will tie the game at 3 apiece.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold. Ties this game.
So the field goal draws us even. It is now 3-3 as the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. The Niners offense ready for their second possession. They'll set out in search of a first touchdown in this game with a pair of field goals to show. It's 3-3 as they start 1st and 10. Whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now it's McCaffrey. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. We'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Purdy. A short one there. Caught by Kittle. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Third down. Purdy. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Fielded at the 9. Oh, hello. He is stopped in his tracks on that one. They made sure that return was not going any farther. The home team's offense ready to get back at it. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Not much happening there, just a short game. Once again, it's Pacheco. And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up 3rd down. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. That is caught. He gets the hook up with Rice. They get 12 yards on that pass. 1st down, KC. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. A run. It's Pacheco. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play. So, 1 quarter in the book. Mahomes going to throw here on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
That return not going to work out at all. He backs up trying to make something happen and is belted down for a loss on the return. Purdy now, he'll throw on 1st down. This is intercepted. Picked off by Brian Cook. And he's going to give a short field to his offense here as they try to break the tie.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
The home team's offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll start in outstanding field position, looking for a way to break our tie. And he's going to be taken down. What a pickup, a gain of 18. And it sets up 1st and goal. Here's Pacheco. And he's in. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, KC. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. You're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. The Niners offense ready for this next possession. Just the lone field goal for them so far. Down 10-3 in this one. And they'll start 1st and 10. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. That is a big gain for the 49ers. 32 yards. So Kittle comes in motion. He'll complete this one. That's Deebo Samuel. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll motion over Samuel. 1st and 10. Purdy. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down. Back to the air again is Purdy. Got his man at the 6. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line. That is a gain of 20. And what a chance now. 1st and goal coming up. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Defense.
So now, from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal. They'll throw again with Purdy. That one taken in. Brandon Ayuk. Touchdown, San Francisco. Greg, it's one of those, sometimes you got to feel like you know where the ball's going to go, and the defense knows it too. But it still ends up in that guy's hands for the touchdown.
Absolutely, Mike. In these critical situations, like down here in the red zone, it's players, not plays. It doesn't matter what you draw up on the board. You say, okay, who's my best player? Put him in a good matchup, let him go win, and give him a chance. That's exactly what they do here, and I think we're going to see a lot of this the rest of the game.
The home team's offense and their running back, Isaiah Pacheco, head out for the next drive. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins. 1st and 10. Travis Kelce, the intended target. It's 2nd down. A handoff to Pacheco. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. On 3rd down, Mahomes. Working the right side, taken in by Rice. Wow, out of bounds, inside the 10, it's 1st and goal. Mahomes to Rice for a big play. A gain of 57 yards. A run on 1st and goal. And that's a productive run. He gets this one down to the 4. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. That's taken in by Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
They'll run with Pacheco. And waiting, no signal. He did not get in. And that's going to bring up 4th and goal.
So often in these short yardage defensive situations, Mike, you just have to sell out and play the tendencies. In this case, they knew a run was coming. They stop it short for no gain, brings up 4th down.
Well, a field goal would break the tie, but instead the offense stays out there. They're going to go for it on 4th and goal. Now Mahomes. And this will pay off. It is caught. Hollywood Brown. Touchdown, Kansas City. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. It's McCaffrey. Lots of space past the 45. And he'll be brought down, but what a run. Down to the 40.
It's definitely nice to have one of those bruising, punishing backs to kind of help wear down the defense. But I'll tell you what, you can give me a flat-out electric runner like this guy any day of the week. He can turn on those jets, get in that high gear, and he is gone.
Downfield, and it's caught by Ayuk. And he will score. Brandon Ayuk, touchdown, 49ers. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. From deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this one out. He'll get across. Down 20. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Throws quickly, that's more on the RPO. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a handoff to Pacheco, running left. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. The big defensive tackle, Javon Hargrave, brings that one to an end. Third and short. Here's Patrick. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. 10 yards on the pickup, and that's good for a 1st down.
And really the key to this play was just how fast he was able to get through his progressions. His mind was able to process and go from 1 to 2 to 3 so quickly that he was able to get the ball to the right target on time. And I think so often those two things are different. Being open is one thing. Being open and getting the ball on time, that's what leads to success, and that's what we saw here.
Off the play fake, here's Mahomes. He'll swing one out wide to Pacheco. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
He'll get this complete to Pacheco. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line. Here's a 3rd and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. Right back to the air for Mahomes. To the right side, hauled in by Kelsey. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. Everyone talks about being balanced. But as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down. Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll run it straight ahead with Pacheco. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line, maybe a yard. The big defensive tackle, Javon Hargrave, brings that one to an end. They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes now on second down. That's complete to Rice. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now. And a first down. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. They go right back to Rice. He's got it again. And he's going to be out of bounds. Triple zeros up there on the clock. We have reached the end of the first half. And apparently we'll forget about that for the moment and turn our attention to quarter number 3. Let's go. Could not ask for more from that first half. All even as we begin quarter number 3. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. On first and 10, Purdy. Ayuk makes the catch right side. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. He had 2 touchdowns earlier, looking to see what he can do here in the second half. That grab gets them a first down. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. On second down, Purdy. That's caught by McCaffrey.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
Third and short. Purdy. And the defense come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down. To the right side, this is McCaffrey. Now a loose football. And this is taken in by the defense.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
They're going to run out of the gun with Pacheco. And he'll get forward for a couple. That's Charvarius Ward, able to make the play. 3rd and 5. Mahomes. Short pass taken in by Kelsey. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Another great throw, and that's been the story as you check out these numbers. I mean, he has done everything this team has asked of him and more.
Off the play fake, Mahomes. Now a deep ball looking for Brown.
We've already seen these two guys connect for a touchdown in this game, and had they been on the same page there, I think they would have been able to add to that total. Unfortunately for them, just a little bit off, and it falls incomplete.
Here's Pacheco. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. That one good for 13. First down, KC. They put Kelsey in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. Toward the middle, that's caught by Moore. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. A give here to Pacheco. He'll work forward for a couple. Linebacker Fred Warner brings him down. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. He's got his man. He finds Worthy. First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and the first down. A run up the middle with Pacheco. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Mahomes looking to throw on second down. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Goes without saying, Mike, you have to be smart with the ball, especially down here in the red zone. You're already in scoring position. And I understand they're trying to come away with a touchdown, but at the very least, come away with 3. Worst case scenario is you...
To the back of the end zone. He's got it. Sky Moore. Touchdown, Chiefs. The teamwork was just ideal there. Greg, we don't see practice all week, but we see it pay off in the game.
And when you have a wide receiver, Mike, that can operate near the sideline, it just increases the amount of space that quarterback has to work with. He knows that he can put that ball maybe a little bit further away from the defender, knowing he's got the guy on the other end to not only secure the catch, but to keep his feet in bounds for a touchdown.
And this one is fielded in the end zone. First and 10. From the gun, it's Purdy. He'll find his tight end, Kittle, on the right side. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. On first and 10, it's Purdy. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down in bounds. They'll try to run for it with McCaffrey. And he's not going to get there. Maybe he's looking for a cutback lane, but that certainly didn't develop. And now it's fourth down. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Chiefs and their running back, Isaiah Pacheco, head out for their next drive. This will start from the 12, trying to put a drive together here. It's first and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
A rare that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Dre Greenlaw.
Those simple routes over the middle, Mike. Well, to the quarterback, they're not always so simple. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of bodies in the middle of the field. There's a lot of traffic. Those windows are hard to navigate the ball through safely. So what happens? Well, you saw it there. It's a prime area for throws to be intercepted.
That is hauled in at the 5. What a pickup, a gain of 18. And it sets up first and goal. And they'll run here with McCaffrey. He's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8-yard line.
That was just a race to the edge, and in this case, Mike, he just wasn't the winner. I mean, at this point, when the defense is out there waiting for you, it's tough for any runner in this league to even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Now, a handoff to McCaffrey. Stop at the 6, and that sets up third and goal. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. He's got it at the 3.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath we've seen a few times, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these.
And this is caught. Wow, the decision to go pays off.
San Francisco.
George Kittle. Touchdown, San Francisco. Extra point up and good from Moody. And the 49ers will tie this game at 24. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. Hardman now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the... They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They put Kelsey in motion. On 2nd down, Mahomes. Working the right side, taken in by Rice. On 3rd and 1, here's Mahomes. And this is going to be incomplete. That's great work to get in there and make things difficult defensively. Up a 4th down. And now here comes the punt team. Important punt here in this tie game late. Here's the San Francisco offense, ready to take possession of the ball once more. We're all even, 4th quarter, so every drive so important at this stage. And they'll start with 1st and 10. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. Ayuk with it on the left side. A pickup of 15 in the air. 1st down, 49ers. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll throw again with Purdy. That'll be caught along the sideline. Good work there. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll run. He's going nowhere. And a lose yardage on that play.
This is a play we've seen this offense have success with in the past, but here you have to wonder if they maybe tipped their hand a bit because that one went nowhere.
Purdy now on 2nd down. He'll check this down to the running back. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Third down, Purdy. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Purdy. This is intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to get it back here just past the 35.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal lines, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
1st and 10 now from the 36. They put Kelsey in motion. First down throw, Mahomes. That one complete to Moore. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 44-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. It's a pickup of 12. Good for a Chiefs first down. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
At this stage of the game, one play could be the difference between winning and losing, and that dangerous throw is just a little risky for my liking. I understand the notion of trying to make a play and being aggressive, but one turnover here, and this game could be over.
That's complete to Rice. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. On 3rd down, Mahomes. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. A gain of 16 on that pass play. And the Chiefs have a first down.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10.
Thrown quickly, that's more on the RPO. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up. And 5.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And all you can do at this point, Mike, is just really marvel at how well he's been able to run the ball. And throughout the course of the game, they've certainly not been shy in giving it to him, and I think he's held up his side of the bargain.
They'll run here. And he's into the end zone. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, KC. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the 4th quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now that pressure shifts to your defense, your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
Butker's extra point is good, and the Chiefs will go up by 7. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this 4th quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decided. So Kittle comes in motion. They'll stick to the ground. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now 3rd down comes up. Back to throw, Purdy. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force fourth down. The 49ers out for the punt. As this drive quickly stalled out, so he's on to punt it away. Returnable from the 17. Oh, how about that hit? Wow. He took a pretty good lick. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Nice job there by the defender. He's able to break up the pass, but I think if he's able to get there just a little bit sooner, now you can get two hands on the ball and give yourself a chance to come down with an even bigger play and come away with the pick.
And mark him down up beyond the 30. It's a gain of 10 yards. First down, KC. 2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Once again, it's Pacheco. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
And what's that one thing you hear from coaches all the time, Mike, right? Finish strong, and he's doing just that. His numbers here in this one, they have been terrific. But he's going to give you a full 4 quarters, and I think at this point in the game, he knows there's even more yards to be had.
Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And he'll be near the 1st down marker. Let's call it a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on 3rd down. They'll try and run it here with Pacheco. And I don't know, I think he is short. They are. They're going to mark him short, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Special teams out to the field, ready for this punt. As he is on to kick it away. The Niners offense getting their final instruction before heading back onto the field. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. They'll drop to throw. That's caught by McCaffrey. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. That's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
Final minute, no timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down. Well, it's another catch for his favorite target. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close.
Oh, the ball's out. How about the defense getting to the quarterback, getting access to the ball, knocking it free, and coming up with the recovery?
I'd like to see the quarterback just be a little more secure with the ball, Mike. You can see he's just a little loose, especially when you're operating from the pocket. But give credit to the defender. Nice job attacking the ball, knocking it loose and recovering it. And that is a big takeaway here by this defense.